Question number 6, Grant Robertson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Health. Does he agree with the statement of the Auditor-General, quote, "Despite the encouraging improvements made in the last 10 years, we do not yet have a system for scheduled services that can demonstrate national consistency and equitable treatment for all," unquote?
The Honourable Tony Ryan.
Mr. Speaker, yes, as the Auditor-General says, we are making progress and there's still more to do with this complex and long-standing issue of nationally consistent clinical prioritisation.
Grant Robertson.
Will the Minister now correct the statement he made in February to the New Zealand Herald that only 2 to 3% of patients are treated after 6 months, when the Auditor-General's report shows that the figure is in fact 10%?
The Honourable Tony Ryan.
Mr. Speaker, I don't recall that comment, but what I can say is that certainly what the Auditor-General's report shows is it's consistently been about 10% of the patients in their sample over some years that were treated after 6 months.
Grant Robertson.
Mr. Speaker.
No, I was not shaking my head just there. The member said, "Why have you said something?" And the Speaker had not said any such thing. Grant Robertson, supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Mr. Speaker. Does the Minister of Health recall saying to the New Zealand Herald in February, on February the 17th, 2011, that only 2 to 3% of patients are treated after 6 months, and why will he now not correct that statement?
The Honourable Tony Ryan.
Mr. Speaker, I don't recall saying that, but what I may have been referring to, if that is in fact the case, was the fact that the ESPEs show that the number of people who are on the waiting list after 6 months is more in that vicinity. That is not the number of people treated after 6 months, which is indicated in the Auditor-General report.
Grant Robertson.
Did Ministry of Health officials request the removal of any paragraphs or specific language from the version of the report that he acknowledged in this House they had in February?
The Honourable Tony Ryan.
Mr. Speaker, I can't answer that question because I haven't seen the draft report, but I do know that there was quite some discussion between the Ministry and the Auditor-General, I think, around some of the numbers that were used.
Grant Robertson.
Mr. Speaker, when, in reference to that question, Mr. Speaker, why then did the Minister say in the House on the 17th of February, in reference to the February version of the report, quote, "I have the report"?
The Honourable Tony Ryan.
Mr. Speaker, I did not have the report, and if that is what is in the Hansard, then that is incorrect.
Question number 7, Amy.